Good afternoon, Professor Page and class. My name is Timothy McDonald. This is for the class SOS 110. Today I'm going to be doing a discussion, YouTube discussion, for conflict and conflict resolution, and go into a little bit of detail. As the book states, conflict happens when there's a disagreement, and that's kind of a simplistic way of putting it, but the book goes on to state, from a quote from William Wilmot and Joyce Hocker, that define conflict as an expressed struggle between at least two interdependent peoples. I love that because it really nails it down and gives you a little bit more in depth of what a conflict is. And that is from the book of Communicating in Small Groups, Practices and Principles, 11th edition, Chapter 8, Stephen A. Beebe and John Masterson. Conflict happens all around us. It happens every day. There are different types of conflict. There's a pseudo-conflict, which is where two parties agree, or two or more parties agree with each other, but their perception is off, so it's not allowing them to truly see that they actually agree. Then there is a simple conflict that it's kind of a conflict that comes out of the issues themselves, that whatever the group's working on. And then there is ego conflict. Ego conflicts happen when two or more people in a group have a large ego and they clash. I'd also like to put in the video here that an interesting fact, and this is again out of the book, Chapter 8, and it says that we go through phases. Our mind kind of goes through conflict phases, to where at first we're persuasive and we try to persuade our point to resolve the conflict, and then there's seduction, which you tend to use to try to seduce when rationale fails. Also, too, there is aggressive speaking, where after all else fails with that, then you start getting a little bit more aggressive with your verbiage as you're trying to get people to see it your way. And then last but not least, I don't suggest this, but physical action that is taken, which is not a great idea in my opinion. Furthermore, and that was quoted from the book, once again, Communicating in Small Groups, Principles and Practices, 11th edition, Chapter 8, Stephen A. Beebe and John T. Masterson, in 2015. There's many ways to solve conflict, but some of the things that were brought out in the book that I thought very interesting. The first one is myth of conflict, that every conflict can be resolved, and it cannot. There are conflicts to where people will not see eye to eye, and some things that you can do to help aid into resolving a conflict is compromise, competition, aggression sometimes, and all these things can really help you resolve a conflict. Furthermore, another interesting point that in the book that stuck out to me was the fact that you don't let the conflict go between two people. The conflict should go within the whole group, and it will help you also solve the problem that way, because the group has an opinion on it as well. But anyways, I have exceeded my limited time, but I hope you enjoy this, and it's good being here today to talk to you guys, and I hope everything's well for everybody. Thank you very much.